Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gap Major and this is Amateur Reports. Amateur Reports is your gameplay submissions with my commentary, and today we have a submission from Eternal Abyss and he is playing in the legendary rental British battleship HMS Conqueror. Now, this is a tier 7 and legendary game of domination on Sleeping Giant. On the enemy team we have a Udachi, a Kagero, a Gearing Rental, Alaska, Alabama, Iowa, Yamato in a division with a Grosser Kurfürst and another Yamato. And then on the friendly team, we have a Kagero in a division with a Bismarck, then we have an Akatsuki, and then we have a Eternal Abyss division, which obviously consists of Eternal Abyss in the Conqueror, along with Salty Sax in the Gearing rental, and then we also have War God in the Worcester rental. And then also on the team is an Alabama, a Yamato, and another Yamato. Spawning in the centre left, Sax is making a dash into the Bravo objective, as pretty much most destroyers should be doing. Go get those caps, and War God and Eternal are setting up into a nice position here in order to cover him. Worth noting that he has got high explosives loaded. It is a British battleship after all, and that HE is very effective. So, as always, down in the description will be the commander build and the modules used during this game. But one thing you can note straight away by looking at the minimap is how small Eternal Abyss's detection circle is in comparison to his gun range. And yes, he's gone for a stealth build. So just moving in along these islands, using the islands to make sure that he's blocked off. And it's also worth noting on the minimap, all 5 of the enemy battleships have been spotted. 3 of them are to the south of Charlie, 2 of them are to the south of Alpha. And I think the 2 that are south of Alpha are that division which consists of a Grosser Kurfürst and a Yamato. So that means over on the Charlie side, there's a Yamato, an Iowa, and an Alabama. They're spotted here, more than likely through that gap there, as the enemy destroyer is capturing Charlie. Fortunately, no eyes on target. And the enemy cap Charlie as the friendlies cap Bravo. Looks like Sax is making a move over towards the Alpha objective. Spotted again here, but can't really confirm exactly where we're getting spotted from. Volley comes in from the enemy battleships, which are over at the Alpha objective, into War God. Spotted again. And it looks like War God is the focus of the enemy's attention at the moment. Yeah, definitely the enemy division moving into the Alpha objective. Enemy Kagero spotted. So getting the first volley of high explosives away. Yamato decimates friendly War God, unfortunately. Getting 2 fires in that first volley quite nicely. Looks like the Yamato damage con, so makes a prime opportunity to get some more fires on. So getting those rear turrets around. Fire X and Y, there we go. Looks like A and B got a reloaded too. Enemy Kagero now gone, very nice. Getting one more fire on the Yamato, and we should be able to get some more. Just gotta be a little bit cautious of our current position with those enemy battleships in Charlie behind you. Just means that the moment you're fine. It's just if you have to make any kind of turn because of this island, you might end up going broadside onto something that you don't want to be shown broadside. So we've got a single fire on the Yamato. Firing another volley of HE and see if we can get ourselves another fire. So you've got the Alabama directly behind you. Got 2 fires on the Yamato, which is quite nice. So this is the situation I was partially concerned about. Those battleships do have access to your broadside, and you are taking a bit of a slap there. Ooh. And there's more shells coming in. And you've also got the Alaska there. Now, Alaska, she's only got, I think, 11 or 12-inch guns, but they could still pack a decent punch. Also, enemy torpedoes coming in. Ooh. Sax is gone. Those torpedoes ran out, though. So the enemy Grosser Kurfürst was just mulched up Sax there, unfortunately. However, someone got some torpedoes away, which really hurt that aggressor Curvers. More torpedoes coming into your rear. Fingers crossed they don't have the distance. Oh, they get closer. You've got armor piercing loaded now, and you're aiming for the cheeks on the Yamato, which is a good play. Keeping yourself angled, but those 18-inch rounds from the Yamato do come straight through your front nose plating, unfortunately, and do find your citadel. That's one of the downsides with a Yamato is that they will cut, well, going up against the Yamato, it'll cut through most armor really. However, taking advantage of those exposed cheeks on the Yamato, getting yourself a first citadel. However, Yamato's reloaded and ow. And she's knocked out a turret again, getting yourself another citadel. Gonna kick out the rear, but remember the Yamato's got her rear turret ready as well. There's all. Thankfully, sealing the deal with 2 citadels on the Yamato.
Enemy battleship sunk.
That was very much a duel to the death almost.
Teammate, I need your support.
That aggressor Curvers should be quite easy to mop up though. It's amusing that one of your turrets actually came online just then. Now that first volley of 2 turrets didn't do anything. Can this one find its mark? Very nice. There we go. Getting ourselves our second kill of the game. Taking ourselves up to 107,000 damage, I guess you could say. However, only got 6,000 HP left. Securing the alpha cap. So getting yourself a cap advantage quite nicely. Is that a Bismarck? Yeah, that Bismarck spotted, which is strange. Note there was a destroyer to the south of Alpha, so potentially that means that destroyer could be a bit further west of its position. HE loaded, very good. Now, when I was rewatching this, I kind of thought, why has Eternal not activated his heal? He's only got 6,000 HP. He'd be very easy to be taken out of the game with just a single volley from any battleship. Nicely done. Got rid of the Adachi. But it starts to make sense in a second. Because that was the other one. He keeps asking this Bismarck for support, and it doesn't quite make sense initially. I mean, it's quite obvious the Bismarck is turning around and coming back into the cap, so you know the Bismarck's already supporting you, so it seems a bit odd to keep driving it home that you wanted support, and then also not using your heal. However, will to rebuild. So without using that repair party, he's able to take himself up to about 15,000 HP through will to rebuild. And then only once his will to rebuild is completed, does he then use his heal. Now that was actually it wasn't obvious. When I was watching it, it wasn't obvious until I saw it happen. And actually, it works out really quite well. He takes himself up to about 44,000 HP, which is obviously more than he could have done if he hadn't done that. So obviously he comes back almost with that zombie heal, and he's back in the game with over half his HP back. Now going on to the modifications, he has taken Aiming Systems Module 1, Propulsion Module 2, Concealment Systems Module 1, and Main Battery Module 3. Enemy Yamato gets slapped right down to barely anything. But I don't think we're going to be in a position to take advantage of that. No, unfortunately not. Detected by radar, that means the Alaska is nearby. And looking at the minimap, Alaska was recently just spotted to the south of Alpha. Going on to the commander, he has taken Charles Madden, rank 15, legendary 2. Skills are not one for Nuisance, Crisscross, Firefighter, Master Mechanic, and Will to Rebuild. Enemy gearing spotted behind. High explosives loaded. Let's see if we can get X and Y turret rotated around. Here's a bit of a precarious situation where both battleships are trying to get their turrets on, so nearly collide with each other. Takes half the HP off of the gearing and sets them on fire. There's those gearing torpedoes. But I think if we do a bit of hard to port, we should be able to swing it around and hopefully those torpedoes hit the island. Yep, there you go. That's made a big enough gap for you. Obviously have to be partially cautious of the battleship, which is to the south of Bravo. That could potentially take advantage of you now, but she might not be paying attention, which would be helpful. Loading AP, because we've recently spotted the Alaska, so we're expecting the Alaska to come around the corner. It's an enemy Iowa to the south of Bravo. Alaska, broadside on. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Very nice, very nice. So we got the Iowa behind us and a gearing to our front, and that puts us in a rather precarious situation. Regarding inspirations, he's taken Kondō, Mastery 13, and Świrski, Mastery 15, so lots of concealment there. Potentially, if you wanted to maximise concealment a bit more on the Conqueror, then what you might want to think about is maybe taking Jericho, because then you can take advantage of, look at me now, getting a volley of AP out on the Iowa. Unfortunately, 2 bounces, so not really getting much damage out of that. However, he has switched to high explosives now. Oh, no, he's switching back to armor piercing. A little bit of indecisiveness in regards to what ammunition to load, but then again, I think he's making the right choice because it looks like the Iowa's offering a bit of broadside now. Slowing down. We don't want to race too far around the corner. We know there's a gear in there. Iowa's showing a juicy broadside. Can we get ourselves a Kraken? Oh, here comes the torpedoes. There's the Kraken. 1 torpedo and flooding. There's more torpedoes. Activating the damage con, taking another 2 more torpedoes down to 300 HP, hitting the repair party. Oh, so close to death there. If the gearing had just started shooting sooner, she potentially could have got a Eternal Abyss here. But however, thanks to those zombie heals, he's back up to 20,000 HP from only having 300 HP. Activating the enhanced secondary battery just to get a bit more DPM. And there's no way that gearing's getting out of here. He's already used his smoke. It's simply a matter of time. Let's see if we can get ourselves a close quarters medal from our secondaries, I think. There we go. Very nice, very nice. Kill number 6.
Destroyed their destroyer.
So going on to the end screen, we can see that Tenebis has managed to get himself 189,000 damage, getting himself a Dreadnought, Kraken Unleashed, Coast Quarters Expert, Devastating Strike and High Caliber. 6 kills, 45 hits on target. Only 6 fires in this case, but he used quite a bit of armor piercing, getting himself 7 citadels as well. Getting a defender ribbon and assisted capture as well, and 15 secondary hits. So all in all, very nice game. I really did enjoy watching that one actually. Really did conquer all. Going on to the team results, and obviously the runaway winner on his team, getting 1,000 more ship XP than the next best player on his team, which is Saxman. I think I do feel a little bit sorry for War God here. Coming in so low simply because he just didn't have a chance to really develop the game. Just got picked out by Yamato when he was probably in a very awkward situation. So not every dog has his day, I guess you could say. On the enemy team, Yudachi, Yamato and another Yamato, all very close together at the top. 3 devastating strike medals in the enemy team, so they really did pick off ships quite quickly, and also they did get first blood. Going on to the economy tab, and we can see that he's managed to make himself 204,000 credits, thanks to just premium. There's no credit booster applied during this this game, so even with that ship service cost of 237,000 credits, he's been able to walk away with a profit. Without premium, he would have made himself 57,000 credits, which all in all still isn't too bad, but it does show premium does help, especially if you're going to be playing legendary tier. But yeah, all in all, really lovely game. Really did enjoy it. I'd like to say thank you to Eternal Abyss for sending it in. As always, down in the description is the commander build and the ship modules used by Eternal Abyss during this gameplay. And I thought I'd showcase this one simply because we are expecting the Conqueror to be returning to the Bureau next patch. As always, down in the description is also a link to Patreon if you want to support the channel on Patreon, as it is a non-monetized channel, and also the email address for the channel if you want to send in any of your own game captures to be spotlighted in the community spotlight video on a Monday. If you have enjoyed it, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and if you enjoy this content, feel free to subscribe. Until next time, I'm the guy from Major, and back to the port.
Hey, hey, clear the way, here comes the galloping Major. Bumpity, 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 bump. Get out of the way there, you fellows, unless you want me to run you down. I guess this is the life Here comes the galloping